What up, everybody? Welcome to Cracker Hunters once again. Yeah, it's good to see y'all. Today we're gonna be doing a comparison video
between the two shards.
Yeah, so we just finished reviewing the Faith Bearer. So now we're gonna be comparing the original version 1, the Mortal Trespasser, and the Faith Bearer's Fury. So I was actually pretty excited to do this one because, we've always done the comparison videos between both versions.
Because there's not, it's mainly the women now.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because
there isn't a comparison between any of the men except for maybe Oglaville, but that's not out yet, is it?
No, I don't think it's out. It's basically the same thing with just a different color scheme.
Yeah. So,
but yeah. So I'm ready to get this started. You ready to get this started, brother?
Yeah, man.
All right, so we'll just do this like not a regular, like how we do our reviews. Right. We'll do them like that. So what we'll start out with is
the base. Okay, so we go with base.
They already know. They've been watching us long enough. They know what we do. All right, but yeah, we'll start with the base first. All right, so who do you, in your opinion, who do you think has the better base? I already know mine.
Personally, I like version 1 bases better.
I think version 1 is a lot better than the first. Well, I would say a lot better.
Well, they both have the same scheme around the actual sidewall of the base, like the exact same.
The exact same. But I wouldn't say it's a lot better, but I think I like this better because you see a lot more blues and the stonework.
Yeah, it's like the spirit stuff, going
right.
Because she's walking into
I think it's
I mean, she's supposed to be the trespasser, so which makes her walking into the underworld.
Right.
So I mean, it seems like it's more Court of the Dead fitting rather than the Faithbringers, where it is before she entered into the underworld.
Yeah.
Because you can see on her base, it's more like a battle zone. As to where hers is, she's just like, okay, I'm just elegantly walking in
right
to hell.
Plus, man, you got all these skulls on there, man, that are done so well.
That's one of the things about the Faith Bearer.
She has no skulls.
Not one. We didn't see one skull on the statue.
Which makes sense because this is before she got to the underworld.
I mean, hell, you're in a battle zone. I mean, there's got to be at least a body part or something.
Well, maybe a severed arm or a head or something like that. Right. Yeah, I would have went with that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think the version 1's base is better because you get a lot more variety. You got the skulls, you got the blues, you got the stones.
With the skulls, you get more detail rather than just the mud and the stones and the broken sword and flagstaff.
Right. There's a lot more detail on her base.
Especially right here in the back and here on the sides where you got the hieroglyphs.
Yeah, like I was going to say, no, not hieroglyphs, runes.
There you go. Yeah, that's even better, runes. But you got the runes and you got the skulls, which automatically gives it more detail. And I like the way the rock kind of looks.
It's on par. Yeah, I mean, I think it's on par with that. But for me, like I said, I'd have to give, as far as the base wise, I'd have to give it to version 1.
Yeah.
All right, so we are in unison with the bases. Version 1 takes this one.
Version 1 takes this one.
All right, so we'll do the pose. Now, for the pose, I think version 2 has this one. Like version 2 is a lot more action oriented. It looks a lot more fluid. It's more
dynamic.
Yeah, and dynamic. I just think that this one portrays the action that it's going for, because this one just more of her like stepping down steps, into the unknown. This one, man, you can see blood on the base and everything like that. So
you see the blood, you see the broken flagstaff, you see the broken sword,
right?
The rubble from a building, I guess, has been hit with a trebuchet or some shit like that.
Right. I think that excuse me. Yeah, I just think the pose on version 2 is just a little bit, like you said, a little bit more dynamic than version 1's. Version 1's just a plain walking down step pose.
Version 1's is more intimidating, I think.
No, I don't know about that. You got to have somebody carrying an axe and a damn sword with blood on it.
She's carrying her longsword from the Crusader.
Right.
And a demon sword.
That's true.
Not only that, look at her face, dude. She's not even scared.
No, she's not. She's just
And
calm.
she's walking into a hell-like area.
No, it's not hell-like. No, it's
okay,
like more like a purgatory.
I would say more like Tartarus from Greek mythology. You know, like Tartarus from, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No. I ain't gonna lie.
You know where Hades dwells?
Yes. But isn't it hell?
No, it's just the underworld.
Okay, well, that's basically what they, that's just underworld.
I mean, still. I mean, she's walking into this unknown zone that has no telling, which we see what it has.
Right.
But she has no idea. And look,
No, she has no. She has to know what it is because remember, her armor was made by the underworld, the artisans of the underworld.
Right, yeah.
So she knows all that. Just she's not afraid.
Yeah. And she's what? The only human?
The only human in the underworld, as far as of right now.
And she's not even scared.
Nah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
But I think version 2's pose is a little bit better. It's better.
I think the pose is better. Pose is definitely better. I just think this one, you can't rule out that it's a little intimidating. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, but so are you in agreement?
I am in full agreement on the pose being more dynamic and more fluid and actually action oriented. I really enjoyed that one more than this one, but I'm not knocking this one.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so so the pose will go to version 2.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to the sculpt. Now, this is where I think these are pretty much even. Because the reason why I say that, if you look like...
Here, take her cape
off.
off.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's take the cape off. Yeah, so we can really get a good...
Because she's not going to wear that in battle.
And that magnet is strong.
Yeah, that is a hell of a magnet.
Does not want to come out. There we go. There we go.
Carolina, I don't think you gave this enough credit.
I did, because it's not good.
Have you seen the cracks in her lips?
I didn't. It's still not good. We're cracks in the lips and everything. It's still. I just don't know.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. All right. There we go. Now we can see the. Now, this is the area where I think they are on equal footing. Reason this one is more the battle ready, chainmail, the battle ready armor and everything like this. But what I love about this is that we still see parts of we still get armor, but then we get the leather too.
Yeah,
like I love
it seems like the leather is better than chainmail sometimes, like especially with what she's going to go after.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got a lot more magic rather than swords hitting.
Right.
So.
Right, and I love the way the leather, like the buckles in the back.
Yeah.
And things like that. This, like I said, I think for me, the sculpt overall, I think that they are on equal footing.
Well, look, she's also got I agree. It's definitely on equal footing. But if you notice too,
she's also
back
got, there,
like some of the bone,
right?
Like from Zial. Yeah, Zial. Maybe.
I just love these gold little things right here on her boots, and you even got leather right here too.
Dude, it's all over. Look.
That's true. Yeah.
The gold. It's up here on her shoulders.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's the buckles and on her greaves.
So I guess those, yeah. But like I said, I think they do a good job of making the leather look like leather too, on this one, because you see the leather in the feet.
That's the only thing that you see that's kind of like
back
leather.
here. Back in the
Oh, that's the strap for the knees. But they got that right here on this one too.
Right. I just don't think that overall, like as far as the sculpt, the only thing that if you could count the base, the only thing that would tip it even a little bit would be the base for version 1. But if we're excluding the base because we judge that different, we're just talking about the sculpt of the statue, I think they're pretty much even.
Yeah.
Like I said, both their armors are top notch.
Yeah, this is an impressive sculpt too.
Oh yeah.
We did a review on this a while back, and I mean, still, and a lot of the stuff too that you don't even think about is kind of like anatomically correct, because like these little ridges right here on her feet, they're meant for when your feet bends.
Right.
And they got that perfect right here. See, look. See, like her foot bend?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same way with the pivot over here. I mean, it's almost like Carolina said, man, it's on par, man. Each one of them is on par with each other.
Each one has something that highlights their unique far as the underworld, the regular world. Like I said, you see all the different dings and things like that. Yeah, battle scars and the armor. But then you got all the bones and things jutting out of like her greaves, the leather. Gauntlets. Yeah, so for me, I think as the sculpt, I think both of these are equal. I think it's a draw for the sculpt.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I can fully get with that.
All right, so we're gonna go with a draw for the sculpt because we think both of these are equal. Now let's go on to the portrait. Version 1 takes it so hands down. That's not even close. Version 1's portrait is much better.
I don't know, man.
Nah, I don't know, man. Version 1's portrait for me, man, is much better.
All right, take a look at the scar on her left eye, right?
Right.
Look how fresh it looks.
It does.
Okay, now look at the scar on this one.
You can tell that's been there for a while.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you got a younger version of her.
I wouldn't say younger, because a scar don't take that long. It's not like it takes years to heal. It takes a few weeks. So I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the older version of her,
right? Per
se, because she's in the underworld now after all the.
Well, it takes a while to get all this armor built too.
Probably.
And the sword. But sword to get smelted and shit like that.
I just think that the portrait on version 1 is just it's a lot more well done. At least for the anatomy part for me, I just don't think that that snarling just doesn't look like. It's hard to explain. I'm trying to get the best words I can as far as that, because don't get me wrong, I think the sculpt is good because you see the bends in her nose, the wrinkles and stuff. Yeah, it's just something about this face that just doesn't do it for me.
Maybe I don't know. It's hard for me to determine, man, because she's got like a lot of wrinkles and stuff, a lot of folds. That's wrong with her, just like looking just pissed off.
Right, just like contemplating.
Here. Yeah, or no, just being pissed off.
Well, yeah, that too.
She got the vein in her forehead.
Right.
It's vein in the same spot.
I don't know, man. Just for some reason, man, that portrait just does. This is the only one I've ever said that it just doesn't do something for me.
I think what it is because she's so calm and collected in this.
And that may be what it is. Well, no. Because remember, we have a statue back there with a very screaming, triumphant pose, and hers looks amazing.
Yeah, but we always pose her with a mask on.
Even without the mask, though, it still looks better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that one's more, the Kyrie always looks better with a mask.
That's true, but if you take her mask off, it still looks good. Like it's battle ready, and they did a good job on her teeth and the angry. It just, to me, that's how the angry pose, the angry face should be. This one just, for some reason, it doesn't do it for me, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I can see that, but then again, you can't really. I feel like I think you're being too hard of a judge on it.
How? Because
I mean, you gave it a C-. Come on, man. You've never given anything.
I know, but for me, it's just something about that face.
No, you didn't even give that with Big Chap with the fucked up teeth.
It's true. No, I think I gave it. No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're about right.
Yeah, I ain't giving no high. Yeah, that's pretty low for me. But I don't know, man. Just for some reason, man, it's something about this portrait that just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't. It just looks off for me. I mean, it just looks off.
I mean, I can respect that, but.
I still think the version 1's overall look in her face and everything, I think it looks better.
Yeah. Okay, I think it looks better too. But then again, I think that we might be a little bit too harsh on version 2.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Well,
we are.
We'll agree to disagree.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it's not being hard because it really is just our opinions. At the end of the day, these are our opinions.
Right.
But our opinions will sway someone because we've seen it before. Our opinion, especially with the concern of the quarter dead, our opinions have swayed people to get particular statues.
Right.
And for me, I would feel if I didn't give my full, honest opinion on something, I'd feel like I cheated them if they were, oh, that looks awesome, without bringing to them the negatives, in my opinion.
Well, see, that's exactly what I say too. But the thing is that I think that maybe, I don't know. We just have different art preferences.
Well, okay. Let me say this.
Because I'll always get my 100%.
Let me ask you this. In your opinion, compared to all the other face sculpts of the quarter dead that we've gotten.
That was definitely not the best.
Is it not? I mean, it's to me. I don't see any other face sculpt that we have that is as bad as that. This is the least.
It's not the. It's
the bottom of the rung.
It's the bottom of the face portraits
of all the
Court of the Dead.
Yes, and for me, Court of the Dead has set some pretty high. I mean, some pretty good standards as far as their portraits.
Now hear that. It's the bottom of the line of the top of the line statue collection.
I'm not denying that, but I have to judge it based on what my previous experience with the Court of the Dead have been.
Yeah.
I have to base it on that because I've seen what they do. I've seen the portraits. Yeah. I've seen their skill. And for me, this portrait just doesn't live up to the skill level that I've seen that crew be capable of. That's all.
Well, it's kind of like the worst. Okay. I hate saying it's the worst of the line because I mean it is the worst of the line, but it's still better than the majority of portraits.
I disagree because if you look around again, you see all the statues that we have. Point me out a portrait out of all the ones we've had. All the ones we've got, point me out one that's worse than this. And I've got, between the Predators, Noguchi, all of them over there, show me one that's worse than this that I have in my collection. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's. Again,
I guess that's a good point. I don't know, man. I like that portrait though.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, this is just our opinions at the end of the day. My opinion is I think it's not a good portrait. But like I said, someone may agree with you that I'm being a little too hard on it. That may look a lot better. Just for me, I don't like the portrait. I don't like it. It's the worst portrait in the Court of the Dead. That's all it is for me.
I think that's fair, and we can honestly agree with that. But then again, I still think it's not really a bad portrait.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad. But it's not up to the level of quality I've seen the Court of the Dead produce. Right. That's what I'm basing this off of.
Oh, I can tell you that portrait's worse than that one.
Well, that's the teeth. Well, not the portrait, just the teeth. The teeth are horrible in that one. Portrait's good. I get the skull and everything. Just the teeth on that is what ruins that.
Yeah, big chap. Yeah.
That's what ruins the whole thing.
Okay, what ruins that one?
Her portrait.
Just like the portrait?
Just the look of the portrait.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, and it doesn't ruin it. It doesn't.
So you just don't like the look of it.
Yeah, like I said, it just
for some
looks
reason
off.
I was thinking that you were saying like it's defective because
No, not like that. It looks off.
That's what I was thinking.
No. Like I said, the sculpt is still good. It's still a decent sculpt. It's just that for me, the portrait.
You just don't like it.
I don't like it. It just looks off to me.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, that's fair enough because I was going to get the Nightmare Batman, but when I looked at the portrait, I was like, I just don't like that.
Yeah, especially since you can't get the exclusive with the actual bat head no more.
I don't even know if they even. I think that was just a concept that they made one of. Because I wanted the actual one with the bat face.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was the exclusive version.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't get that, so I was like, I don't even want it anymore.
Right. Yeah. That's how I am with some exclusives too. Some exclusive are well deserved.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm sorry. We digress. Yeah. So whose portrait do you think looks better?
Honestly, this one looks better, but I really like that one too.
All right. I still think this one looks better.
Yeah.
Overall, we are in unison with this one. The version 1's portrait looks better.
Okay. Yeah. It also looks more regal and sinister.
Yes.
Regal and sinister at the same time.
Right.
I'm about to fuck this whole world up.
All right. So we'll go on to the last part, paint application. Now this is where I think
second to last part.
No, we are. That's the last part.
Overall, it's last.
Okay, yeah. So I think the paint application. This is one of the areas where I feel like they're on equal footing again. Like, I don't see anything that will lean me towards one or the other as far as the paint application. Like I said, the base is amazing with that, but they still managed to portray stone and everything and the mud and everything fine.
I think the scars and the armor lead me more towards the version 2 paint application.
I'll say this. Like I said, I agree that those minute details in there, especially the different dings, will lead me a little bit more towards this one because there is a lot more detail in this one, far as making sure that metal. Because if you can't see, if you saw the review, you saw pictures of where they made that look metal underneath.
They
like
really
it's grimy
real
on top,
shiny.
but it's what you can tell
Real
something
shiny when it comes to the scarring.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like the fresh ones.
I
Like
think
maybe an arrow grazed it.
right, or
something.
someone's sword the tip of the
Yeah,
sword
just
just barely
grazed.
grazed it. So for me, I would lean a little bit more. Like you said, from those aspects, as far as the density, armor, and things, I would lean a little bit more towards version 2,
Yeah,
as far
because
as that.
that's all paint application. in
Exactly.
The version 1, you have this leather.
Which they did an amazing job on that.
Yeah, they absolutely
But
did.
I think that's more towards sculpt, though.
And the
The way the
I mean,
creases.
you still got to paint it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're
And
right.
Not only the paint on the bone parts on the back of her calves, and the paint on like the weathering of her shoulder metal.
Right.
And weathering.
I would on her armor. I would like to see a little bit of oxidation, like we've seen on some of the other armors.
Well, see, we got that right here. Right here on her.
I mean, like on the metal parts, where a little bit of green.
I'm pretty sure that's a metal part, isn't it?
I don't think so. It's some kind of bone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it's the same stuff that's on her sword.
Right. It's weird having a bone protect your vagina, but okay.
Hey, man.
That's
You know, you gotta do something. Hey, metal's heavy.
Yeah, it is. But I just think, man, for me, I think the paint application, as far as like the little details in this metal work that they done in here, I think I would have to lean more towards version 2 than version 1 as far as the paint application.
Yeah.
Because both of them are both of them are good. But I just think the little extra things they did with her metal work on that and the chainmail, I would have to kind of give it to version 2.
All right, well, I'm going to have to give it to version 1.
Oh,
for
really?
the little details that they did on the little bone work the bone work. I'm going to lean with this one, so we're not going to be able to...
We'll say draw then.
You think so? Okay.
We'll say draw because
And plus all the blood spatter on her mixed media.
and her cape is that cape is much better than this one. It's
Is that a
smaller.
cape?
It's a cape. I would say it's a cape. But I would say this is
I think it's more like a cloak.
Well, no,
Yeah.
a cloak would be something you cover your head up with. That's like that. That would be more of a cloak.
Okay. All right, well, we'll call this one a cape and that one a cloak then.
I would have preferred the cape than the cloak on
All
this
right.
one. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably gonna pose it without the cloak.
I don't know, man. I really like that, though. That's really cool.
It is. I'm not denying it's just too big. That if it was a little bit small, if they had taken off maybe about this much of it right here and then made that, I think that it would have been a lot better looking. It's too huge.
I know, but it's really cool.
Oh, like I said, I'm not denying
I like
that.
the fabric. I like the fabric more. No, it's about the same.
Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, it's about the same.
Well,
This
actually,
one's a
the
little bit
inside
smoother.
of this one is better because it's
Yes,
got,
it
like,
is.
see-
Got all the designs and everything
Yeah.
like that. But we'll say paint application's a draw.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
All right. So overall, in your opinion, if you only had the money to buy one of these, which would you purchase?
That's a hard choice, though, for real. Because they both have like.
They both each have unique things pertaining to their
I would
individual
probably get that.
statue.
I would probably get version 2, but that's because, man, she looks Crusader ready, and I would have to pose it with an axe.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had the money only to pick one, I would pick version 2. I'm not a fan of the face sculpt, but I think overall
Everything
everything else I think
brings it better.
Yes, it does. And like I said, you see, I got both. We got both of them.
That's actually a really hard choice because they're both equally good.
Right.
But I don't know. For me, what it is, I really love the way they did her actual armor and outfit.
Right. The chainmail.
The weapons. Now, if I could choose, though, I would rather have this sword on that arm.
Well, yeah, because it's metal. Yeah, I would.
Well, not just that. I'm not a big fan of the paint application on the sword.
This is the whole.
Yeah, that one's.
Oh, okay, no, this is the whole arm. I was gonna see if I can maybe switch it out. But yeah, I honestly, I would much prefer that sword on this arm. If it had been more, if these had been metal, oh my goodness, man, I'd have knocked it out.
I love how Sideshow kind of took our, what we kept saying though, was like, put some blood on that
Right,
shit.
right. Like, you got dudes slicing heads off and stuff. There should be some blood on something.
Yeah, I know, kidding. No kidding, right? There's got to be blood somewhere.
But overall, man, if I only had the money to pick one, I would go with version 2. I know the face sculpt isn't the best, but I think the overall look of the rest of the statue kind of makes up for it.
Yeah,
this is a plain. It's a very well done statue.
Yeah,
like this is still one of the Court of the Dead's best. I would say that the only thing that holds it back is just the boring pose that she's in. It's pretty boring. It's not a knock against the statue. I'm just saying compared to the pose that she has, it's boring.
Yeah.
This is a more action.
I can't say it's boring because I really enjoy her posing this one.
Right.
I just think that
this one's a little bit more dynamic.
The action-oriented one is a little bit better.
So like I said, this for me, I just think that this, if I had the money, I would pick version 2.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of level of detail in this one statue.
It's another one of those ones that the more you look at it, the more you enjoy it.
Right. Minus the sculpt for me. Minus the face.
I don't know. I almost guarantee he'll start to enjoy it after a while.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, though. So let us know in the comment section. Comment section. Which one would you actually prefer, version 2 or version 1? Because I'm curious to see some of your opinions.
Somebody else's ideas.
Yeah, somebody else's input. So I'm curious to see which one you would prefer. So let us know in the comment section which statue you think is the better one, and which one would you, if you only had the money to choose one, which one you would buy. All right, everybody. So this is a quick one. I don't think this is too long. I think it's perfect length. But yeah, everybody. So we thank y'all for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification button to get notified of our future videos. Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
We'll see y'all next time. Peace.